First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rakak, Dash, Mahamah. Double honors to the apostles, elders of the great millstone who will teach well, and salutations to the fellow Aki, our walking children that believe the truth and is sincere. All right, and this is just a land back the apostles and the various Aki videos being brought out on Ice Cube. All right, um, basically bringing out some truth, man, on his Twitter page, and he's basically being bombarded and ridiculed in the comments, uh, being called anti-Semitic and stuff like that. All right, you know, and as you can see right here, he got your time is running out. Dot dot dot. You know, as he sees and he ran into IUIC Indiana. All right, and they at him back. All right, and it was a repost, and they added him back. And it says, "You are absolutely correct. We are God's chosen people." And they used the Greek deity, all right, the name, blaspheming, or continue to blaspheme the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all right, not giving up the truth, all right, the sound doctrine, and declaring the Greek deity, man, all right. As you can see, he posted some more stuff, the big payback. Stay tuned, all right, which I believe this is a monument in Russia of a depiction of Yahweh Shai on a cross, all right. You know, a rare early photo of statues before Europeans shot the noses off Hebrew Israelite slaves in ancient Egypt. All right, but if you go to the Twitter page now, you'll see that he's more so persuading towards the Kemet. All right, he's posting Pan African stuff now, and a lot of African stuff, and Islam slaying that way. All right. Which, hey, the Most High is not an author of confusion, man. The first scripture I wanted to get was Ecclesiasticus 13 and 23, man, because this is an example of that. Because, hey, starting with the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders, all right, and the various Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, all right, throughout the four winds. Hey, we've been telling you this and been beating a dead horse, hey, for years, man. And then and for the elders and the apostles, man, for decades, man. All right. But here you have Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith. They exalt it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him, man. They size it up, they question it. They want to try to dot their I's and cross their T's when it's pretty much cut. It's simple and plain, all right? It's cut in its raw and its rarest form, man. All right, that's how we give it to you. That's how the men of the Lord, all right, the hopefully elect, give it to you, man. All right, but here you have these people who are supposed to be your gatekeepers, all right, that are languishing, all right now, all right, and that been languishing, all right, according to the curses Deuteronomy 28, all right, our gatekeepers, they're languishing, man. And our gatekeepers are these so-called, these prominent people, man, that's been put up in our face and put up in our face as idols, man, to people to look up to. Now, Ice Cube is I'm gonna be careful with this one, all right, because Ice Cube is a Jake, all right, that's torn the line, so to speak, all right, and just that's why it's dangerous, man. And you gotta dot your I's and cross your T's, man. All right, you gotta try the spirit by the spirit, man, and make sure that men are coming into the coming in the name and the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. And hey, they don't come in the names. They're not coming in they're not speaking according to this word. There's no light in them, man. All right, they still holding a Greek deity, a name that was given by the slave master. The Lord is obviously not dealing with them, man. All right, And from there I want to go to Jeremiah 10 and I'm gonna get Jeremiah 10 and 1. And this is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1, and it reads, Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them, man, because the heathen are dismayed, man. That's why we are not to learn the ways of the heathen, man, because they have their forefather have inherited lies, man. All right, twofold, as well as our forefathers, man, as inherited lies, man. All right, so we're in the times of what Ezekiel 37, man, the valley of the dry bones, man. While the breath is being put back in the life of those, man, that remnant, man, those who are going to return back to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so it's imperative not to learn not the way of the heathen, man, because the heathen is dismayed, and they're going to lead you astray. Okay, and from now I want to get Psalms 106. And these fake Hebrew Israelite camps, man, that claim to be Israelites, all right, and they tell you that they tell you the truth from the standpoint that you are a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, or the Israelites of the Bible, all right, that you are the children of the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the children of the Most High, but they don't give you the truthful and rightful names. Why? Because they're in league with the government, all right, by way of their 501c3 charters, all right. And I wanted to get Psalms 106, and I wanted to start at verse 35, man, because ultimately the people are waking up, man. All right, and that's the point of this video, man. And the people are waking up, all right, and it's ultimately to create more of the Sith, man. All right, those that's gonna fall to the wayside, and those who are gonna be found unworthy. All right, they're gonna receive the 100% truth, and those who are gonna fall on the wayside is gonna be met by those stumbling blocks. And this Psalms 106 and 35, and it reads, "But we're mingled among the heathen and learned their works." And that's what our people do today, man. They mingle among the heathen. We're mingling among the heathen throughout the four corners of the earth, you know, in the midst of these nations, these heathens, and we've learned their works, man. All right, and they serve their idols which were a snare unto them, man. You serve their idols, man. You have taken up the heathens and particularly the so-called white man, all right, the Caucasian race, the nation of Edom. You have drunk in the wine and philosophies of the heathen, man. And you're serving their idols, man, and their other gods, man. All right, calling on JC, all right, you know, Hell and Zeus, so to speak, Allah, all right, which Allah just means power, all right. But you're calling on another God. You're calling on another deity, man. All right, and that's a snare unto you. Verse 37. Yeah, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils, man. And doing that, you sacrifice not only yourself but your sons and your daughters to devils, man. It's, scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, raise ye a child the way he should go. All right. You know, that's putting death upon them, man. You know, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood, and this land is polluted with blood, man. And that leads up what Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. All right, and well, Hosea 4 and 1, man. You know, the Most High has a controversy in inhabitants, a controversy with the inhabitants of this land, man, because there's no truth, no mercy, no remembrance of Him. Man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, and hey, you sacrifice your sons and your daughters to idols, man. You know, the idols of Canaan, the idols of Baal. All right, these Greek these false these statues and shit, man, these false gods, man, that have no power. This verse 39, thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions. Right. They go about they follow after their own lust. What that's Psalms 81, you know, and went whoring with their own inventions, man. They went whoring with their own inventions, man. You know what is Proverbs 14? Let's get Proverbs 14 and 12. Where's a way that seemeth right to a man? They follow the lust after their own hearts, man, thinking that what they're doing is of just of something good. This Proverbs 14 and 12, and it reads, "There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death," man. You know, it may seem right, but that is ultimately a snare, Salakia, a snare, a trap, a gin, you know. Verse 40, is Psalms 106 and verse 40. Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance. You know, and that's why the heathen sit there and point the finger at our people, man, thinking that the Lord is gonna be done away with us. All right, thinking that it's the end all be all, man. That they gonna be able to. The inward thought is their houses gonna continue to forever. We got Psalms 49 and 11. All right, roughly paraphrasing, but I'm gonna pause that and get Jeremiah 30 and 17 right quick. This is Jeremiah 30 and 17, and it reads, "For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after." And that's how they look at the nation of Israel today. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They set up traps and snares ultimately so they can point the finger at our people, man. Like, oh, look at them. There's no way they're the people of the Lord, man. They out here being homosexuals, they drug dealers, they killing each other. All right, so-called Israelite on Israelite crime. All right, ultimately to point the finger to so they can so they can they believe that's evidence against you, so to speak. All right, but ultimately it's evidence against them, man, because they set up the snare, they set up the gin and the trap for you. All right, and the Lord knows that. It says, verse 40 again, "Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance, and he gave them into the hand of the heathen, and they that hated them ruled over them. Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into a subjection under their hands." Man, that's what. Let me bring out Psalms. That's Psalms 81. All right, you can bring out Psalms 81, and I'll read. I start at verse 8, which is a good chapter. Just a quick read, and it reads, the Psalms 81 and 8. "Hear, O my people." All right, this is the Lord's people, man. He's only speaking to the nation of Israel. All right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans amount to the nation of Israel, man. The Seminole Indians, man, and those of the speckled bird who may look like the other nations but bear the spirit due to their forefathers. All right, of a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, man. All right, he only speaking to those people, man. "Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me, there shall no strange God be in thee." And that's the point of the name, man. It shall no strange God be in thee. "Neither shalt thou worship any strange God." Man, you should not worship any strange God. So there's no these false idols and their names of these so-called gods. All right, and here when you read the gods, it's in lowercase, the G. All right, because they have no power. All right, Their name shouldn't leave your mouth. In this verse 10, I am the Lord, thy power. I am the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up to their own heart's lusts, and they walk in their own counsels, man. Hey, for that chastisement, you know. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries, man. The Lord would have been did it, man. All right. But now hey, you see it coming to fruition, man. And ultimately, that's why the heathen is raging. All right. The heathen and the so-called white man, they're in fear. All right. Because they know particularly the Caucasian race, the nation of Edom, knows that he has a short time to rule, man, pertaining to Revelations 12 and 12, man. And according to how prophecy is being fulfilled. Verse 14, I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord shall have submitted themselves unto him, but their time shall have endured forever. He shall have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock shall have satisfied thee. You know. And back to 106, that lines up with Psalms 106, man. You know, hey, the Lord turned himself away from us because he was rough, man. He was mad, man. And we go back to Psalms 106 and verse 40, and it reads, Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance, and he gave them into the hand of the heathen. And they that hated them ruled over them. Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hand. Many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel. And that's why the Most High reiterated in Psalms 81 that, hey, he's the Lord thy power, man, that brought thee out of the land of Egypt, man, the house of bondage, man. He's going to do it again as America, Babylon today, pertaining to Revelations 11, verse 8, is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. In this verse 43, many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel and were brought low for their iniquity. You know, and it's all on just resorting back to your true nationality, all right, the 100% truth, and calling on those true and rightful names, man. You know, you call on the name. Back in Psalms 81, he said, there shall no strange God be in thee, man. So you shouldn't be, for one, you shouldn't be calling on no other God, definitely not a Greek deity. We know the letter J didn't exist when Yahweh Shai walked the earth. In this verse 44, nevertheless, he regarded their affliction. And it says right there, nevertheless, you know, and ultimately, Israel and his lot and his inheritance, man. You know. He made them, nevertheless, he regarded their affliction when he heard their cry, Salakia, and he remembered from them his covenant and repented according to the multitude of his mercies, man. He's go fulfill those promises that he promised Abraham, man. You know, that he was going to be a father of many nations, but through Isaac that seed was going to be called, man. He made them also to be pitied of all those that carried them captives, man. Right, because you're gonna be pitied, man. So it's judgment for you. It's judgment and it's blood on your hands for those who had help in carrying the nation of Israel, the children of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, into captive, man. And ultimately, who they fell in the hands of. You know, it's a judgment for that. You know, what Job 20 and 18, that's one of my favorite ones. He say, such as you labor for shall a restitution be. All right. And this Job 20 and 20 and 15, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of ass, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That's the kingdom. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, man. So, hey, he got a lot of restoring to do, man. Hey, because he stole and he raped, robbed, and murdered and pillaged throughout the whole four corners of the earth, man, for thousands of years, man. But back in Psalms 106 and 46, it says, he made them also to be pitied of all those that carried them captives, man. I'm going to get Isaiah 14 and 2. And it reads, and the people shall take them and bring them. Well, I'll read up to verse 1. Salakia, this Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, for servants and handmaids, man. So that means, hey, those strangers, those heathens, those true heathens, are going to be servants and handmaids, man. You're going to be slaves, because every kingdom needs slaves. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, man. You know, and that's Revelations 13 and 9, man. And this Revelations 13 and 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. That's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. And the faith in the saints is the hopeful, the elect. All right. And the faith that these heathens going in captivity, man, particularly the so-called white man. All right. Hey, and it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. All right. That those who leadeth in captivity, they're going into captivity. All right. And the Lord says, though for it tarry, wait for it. All right. From now, I want to go to Psalms 44. All right. Because, hey, the people waking up, man. Hey, you know, the Edomites are still in existence. All right. They self-proclaim themselves to be white. All right. You know, and it's in the names, man. The names of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, man, is important, man. Those who call up on other names, hey, you're going to have to call on those same names that you've been calling on in your time of tribulation, man. And with that being said, I want to bring out Judges, the book of Judges, chapter. Bear with me. Judges, chapter 10 and verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation, man. So when your time of tribulation and the calamity, when that comes, the Lord is first and foremost, he's gonna laugh. And when you calling on JC, hey, he's not gonna show up, man. Allah, he's not gonna show up, man. Buddha is not gonna show up, man. It's a damn rock, all right? So that's why it's important to have the true names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. The true names of who the world entity calls God and who the world entity calls JC, man. Whose real name is Yahweh. He exists, and Yahweh Shai, he delivers, man. And this is Psalms 44 and 4. Thou art my king, O power. Command deliverance for Jacob. Though thee will we push down our enemies. Salakia. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through him, man. Through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us, man. So through the name will we tread them under that rise up against us, man. And we doing that now, man. All right, as the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen, man. They want to know how they know those names, man. You know how they know this truth that we've been concealing in our Cambridge library, our Ivy League school libraries, man. All right, how they know this information, man. You know, this verse 6: For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall thy sword save me. But thou hast saved us for our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us, man. That also means what the Lord's going to do, man. That's why I brought out Psalms 106. All right. You know, ultimately, the people's waking up, man. You know, and ultimately, it's going to create that sift, man. You go have that, you have 2/3 that's going to come out of the mist, and you go have the Lord's chosen, man, the elect. All right. The hopeful, man, the saints. And, hey, the name, man, that's the point, you know. And say we this verse 7, all right, this is back in Psalms 44, and I'll read at verse 8. I'll read one more verse. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we boast all the day long and praise thy name forever. Salah, man. And that's the point, man. And that's a good verse of scripture, and I'm gonna end off with that, man. You know, we boast in the name all the day long, man. Yeah, we boast in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You're damn right, man. You know, we faith-based Israelites, man. You know, and most importantly, we use the rightful names because we know that it's importance behind it, man. You know, it's power behind it, man. What the book of Ecclesiasticus, the prologue of Sirach, all right, which I got to